So if you have not been told, and as much as we all want to get that validation, we seek that validation, someone to just stamp on us, listen, you have the business ability. If that has not come by in your space as of now, up till now, please, 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 I invite you all to ask, do I have a business ability? Ask that question. And how much of my business capacity and my ability with business am I not acknowledging that I use it against me? And does it contribute to you? So I really don't know how many of you are actually formally, so to say, in any kind of business of a product or a service. But you guys, each one of us is right now in the most palpable business of our, living reality, which is your own life. Nobody can deny that. Right? Now, to begin with, how does this very business of your life look to you? This very palpable business of your life looks to you. Does it look exciting? Does it have your morning starting with that enthusiasm? Oh my God, this is just yet another day, a new day in my business. What would I like to create today? You are committed. So are you committed to the business of your life yet? And if yes, you are committed, then how does it look like? And what is it that you would like to change from here? If you're a homemaker, you know that you are in the biggest business of your life that any other businessman or woman can do, because you are engaged, your energies are engaged 24/7. Correct? We all know that. So if you haven't acknowledged yourself into this big business as a homemaker, it's your business. If you stop one day, one moment, things would just halt. How many people are actually dependent on you? If you just stop laundry for a day, if you just stop dishes for a day, if you just stop cooking for a day, how much of your business would halt? But then have you really acknowledged? For that also becomes the starting point of your revenue generation. But this might bring a lot of curiosity and question to a lot of people. How being a homemaker becomes a revenue generation for me? Does it? Is that a question for a lot of you there, especially the homemaker? Well, when you acknowledge that your capacity as a business of your homemaking, you have other revenue generating streams opening up for you without you having to go into your thinking mind, okay, what should I do to make some money? Because when you say, what should I do to make some money, please see your only point. One fixed agenda is making money. And when you operate out of that one fixed agenda of making money, your business might just go a few steps ahead and further and further. And there may come a time when it is not working. I want to have this business because this will make me money. That's a very conclusionary, contextual reality. That's how the business operates in this reality. So a lot of people do, we have heard R&D. I've done a lot of R&D. I've done a lot of research about this business. This really works for people. It may work for people. It will work for you is your conclusion. And then when I have seen people doing all of that R&D and having started a business, and then it just nosedived like it was never thought, never assumed. Why? Because the assumption was, let me take this up. This will definitely make me business. This will definitely make me money. And then this another point that I want to bring up here is, in a business, You tend to operate out of market trends. What is it that is running in the business? What is it? You know, the demand and supply thing we all have heard. That there is a demand, I am ready to be the supply source of it. Correct? But then does it work for you? For if it is just coming from the space and the sole agenda of making money, in no time, probably you would get bored and you might. And how you be with your business is exactly how your business be with you. In this reality, a business is dead, not working, if it is not generating any revenue for you, if it is not making any money for you. And that's what probably you must have heard from people. Business is not working. And so I might just want to shut it. So because I have seen this in my own family and how Abir has put it, how the family businesses knows that, because in my own family business, and I did not acknowledge by that time also that, yes, I have a capacity with business. I was just at the, at the backdrop or drop of it. I was not even taken into the consideration of any suggestions or anything. Why? Because I'm a girl and I don't know much. I don't know enough about business. I'm talking about the typical cultural perspective that a lot of us come from. So the very experienced people who are sitting in the market, they know the trends, they followed all the trends, and then they go on taking the credit, and then another credit, and yet another credit, because the business has to be running. So to keep your business running, people choose to go for opting for credit, whether it is from bank or from the personal, the individual lenders. However, not perceiving how much of that is actually contributing to the business, or actually, in the hindsight, taking the business away, killing the business. Have you heard a lot of people operate from the space of the business has to run on the credit? You have to give credit to someone. You know, that site we talk about, 30-day site or 40-day site, you give a 30-40-day credit to another person, because that's how the business operates. It's also considered as, the business. Or do you operate out of this energy of fear of being written off by the rest of the market, by the rest of the people in the business community? For community functions in one fashion. Am I correct? Does it resonate with anyone? So where is your individual knowing? And please, please, please know, your individual knowing doesn't need to be validated by anybody else in the same business. But what you seek is the validation, for you want to be right in your business. Correct? And every time you want to be right in your business, whether it is your contextual business or the business of your life, every time you strive to be right, guess what are you setting up for? You're setting yourself up for being wrong. Cool? Why? Because there you have a point of view about making mistakes, about making losses, about being wrong. The more you operate out of this energy, the more you are at the effect of it, at the behest of it, and the more of that continues to create, and you don't know where to break the cycle. And everything that brought up, would you please show and create that right wrong good or then beyond? Ask business and different class. The participants were from Oman, and this person has been into this business of digital marketing for years now, and he exactly presented the same thing to me, that you have to give credit to people. Okay, thank you. You have this. You have to give credit to people, because that's exactly how market operates. right? And so what happens is the person will give that 50% of payment, wait for the delivery. Once the delivery is done, now the remaining 50% becomes a question. If it comes, comes. And if it doesn't come, so be it. And hence, that's where the business has gone into the losses. So when he was attending the class, there came a lot of point of views about how he is being with his business, what the energy that he's being in his business, the energy of treading the safe route, the safe path. Because you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be out of the business circuit. So you don't claim your potency, your unique potency with business that only you have, which maybe the other people in the business community don't. But you do not allow yourself to have that. So all of those conclusions that you have been operating out of, that this is how the business is done, and this is how the 99% people in business, 90.9999% people in the business community are running their business. And so I cannot be different. I cannot be the odd man out. And you tend to fit into that box, limited box and reality of business. And that's how you run your business, which may or may not be working for you. Would you please now let go of that? Logical, that rationality that you're being with your business. For you have to understand the business.
Like for competition, what you were saying, so at times it's a competition, but it becomes like you are maybe the one who has put up what you think, right? And then you feel that someone is competing you. So what is that energy? Like, how do you, like at times you are in the world of you are competing someone, and you feel like that contraction, and you bring back your creation back. And sometimes you have some creations which you think you have made it, and you see someone else doing, copying it or whatever. That's the competition, like maybe whatever ways. So what is that energy? Yeah.
So is the other person just mirroring you? Is the other
that
person
is what
just...
I think. That's my point of view, maybe.
Is that what you think, or you know?
I know at times, and yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, that you are also being that energy somewhere. And then it just loop up, you know? You be that, other person be that. You be that, other person be that. And that's exactly where you are reflecting the other person is reflecting you. But then what if you just step out? Step back. Now step back from this loop, I'm saying.
Well, I just want to say that I've got so much awareness in this 1 hour in like being that conscious engagement with the business. Because like even the way you were just talking about it right now is like you and your business are a team, you know? That's the sense I get.
Anybody can do this class. And even if you are not in the business right now, what invitation can this class be to have spring up a business, to, you know, have a startup come show up for you? And what else is possible? For it just allows you to get out of your own way that you are being obstructing your capacity with your business. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abir. And thanks to each one of you.